Joining us now, Evelyn Hill. I had a chance to meet Evelyn for the first time last night at a event for House of Delegates member and veteran Bill DeSteff, who's also running for State Senate District 8. He's in a primary battle for that seat for the retiring Jeff McWaters with Craig Hudgens, who was also in that, and that'll be decided on June the 9th, on Tuesday. And at the event, what DeSteff attempted to do was make it a Memorial Day Center event honoring many of our veterans who he had there with him. And one of the young ladies there is Evelyn Hill, and she told her story and read a poem that she had written. And I was so moved by it that I went to Evelyn and asked her if she would come on our show today and share it with our statewide audience. Hey, Evelyn, great to have you with us.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Now, Evelyn, I was so moved by your story last night. Before you get into the story and the poem, can you give our audience just a little background of who you are and a little bit about your family and your husband?
Well, my husband served in 3 wars. He served in World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. Mm-hmm. And Vietnam is what left me a widow about 40 years ago. Mm-hmm. And he was a very dedicated military man. Mm-hmm. In fact, we need more men like my husband. Mm-hmm. You want me to turn my radio down so it doesn't echo?
Sure.
Okay. And one of the last things my husband said to me before he died was, "I hope to God another flag ever flies over the White House." That was his last concern. And I do not want my husband and millions of others who have fought and died for this country to be in vain. So I have done all that I possibly could to try and to save our country. Mm-hmm. I don't like where we're going, and I miss the America that I grew up in. And that's what I'm concerned about. I care about our military. I care about our veterans. In fact, I was very impressed with the veteran that spoke last night at the event. That was a Gulf War Iraqi veteran, wasn't he?
Yes, that was Jason.
I don't remember. Yes.
Jason and he's now representing Concerned Veterans for America. He lives in Chesapeake, and Jason's been on my show. He's actually been on my show many times. He's been in studio a couple of times, and Jason, wounded warrior, and has gone through a number of reconstructive surgeries to get his life back together, and now he's with Concerned Veterans for America, and trying to push the word out, and that is the retired soldier Jason Redmond.
Well, and, he was awesome.
Yeah, when he gave his speech last night, when he talks about the fact that he basically got a second chance. I mean, he thought he was dead when he was shot up. He said to himself, he said in the speech last night, he said on our show, I figured, well, bye, I'm done. And so he said, every day that I get up is a day that I shouldn't have had, as far as he's concerned.
Well, what an example he is. Man, I was very impressed. So,
Evelyn, share the story you told last night about in Asbury Park, New Jersey, when you went to that event. Kind of lay that out for our audience.
All right. Well, I had always taught my little children, and they were very little. I think maybe one of them was 2 and the other 4. And I had always taught them, whenever they see a flag go by, they salute the flag. And this one day we went to see the so-called Loyalty Day Parade.
The Loyalty Day Parade.
Loyalty, yeah. And there was so many flags going by constantly. And my children did not miss one of them. Mm-hmm. And we were the only ones in the area saluting the flag. Nobody on either side of the street was saluting the flag. Well, the VFW comes marching down the street, and this little old man, He saw me and my 2 children saluting the flag, and he stepped out of line. He came over to the curb, and he said, "Thank you very much." That made me heartsick. And I went home. Are you there?
I'm here, Evelyn.
Yeah, someone's trying to catch me. They can wait.
Yes, go ahead.
So I went home and I sat at the typewriter, and the words just poured out. I didn't even have to think. And so the name of the poem is Salute the Flag. And you would like to hear that now?
I would, please.
The next time you go to see a parade, show a little patriotism. Don't be afraid. Let the fellow standing next to you know that you care for the red, white, and blue. Whenever you see the colors go by, salute the flag. It's easy. Just try. Think of the soldiers who gave up their lives. Some gave up legs, and some gave up eyes. You'll find that it won't be a bit of a strain. It should come naturally, and you'll suffer no pain. Think of your son who fought over there. Don't you want to show him you care? Think of our fathers who fought and died. Let us remember them also with pride. It's a very simple procedure to do. I'll tell you how, then it's up to you. Take your hand, place it over your heart. It's really easy and such a small part. Here comes the flag. Now show the crowd that you're an American, and of that you are proud. That's
wow.
it.
Evelyn, and you wrote that the night that...
Well, my husband was in Vietnam at the time I wrote this. And it just made me heartsick that people couldn't even put their hand over their heart and show a little respect when the flag went by. It just touched my heart. It just made me feel bad that people show such little respect. Well, and during the Vietnam War, it was a tough time, a very tough time, and they were treated so badly when they came home. And I think now, finally, as people are beginning to realize, how badly they were treated. So we need to have respect and honor our military, because they're the backbone of our country. They are. They're the backbone.
We're with Evelyn Hill. She's a Virginia Beach resident now. Her husband served in World War II, Korean War, and Vietnam. Now, Evelyn, your husband was killed in action in Vietnam, right?
Oh, no. He died from Agent Orange. Agent Orange? Yes. He when he came back home, he had numerous health problems. And it finally got to him. Toward the end, they were going to do open heart surgery because they found an aneurysm on his heart. But he had other health problems. And that was traced back to Vietnam and Agent Orange, basically. Definitely. And he was a different man when he got back. How so? Well, he had so many health problems. That's all I was doing was running him to the hospital. And he just didn't want to go through heart surgery. He wanted to die at home, evidently, unfortunately. And you said he served in 3 wars, so that spans a long time. So I got a couple more minutes, Evelyn. Would you kind of walk us through your husband's military history? Well, he was only 17 in the Battle of the Bulge. Really? Yes. During the World War II, right after Pearl Harbor, it was a very patriotic time. Every one of my cousins enlisted in the service. I had one in the Air Force, I had one in the Navy, I had one in the Marines, and I had one in the Army. They all listed in different branches immediately. And I was in high school at the time. And I could have cared less about learning about the 1800s and all that. I was interested in what was going on now. And I just couldn't wait to get out of high school. That's all there is to it, because my mind was on my family, and I also had person I had a connect with, that my first love, you might say, and he was killed in Okinawa. So I've experienced, the treasure, I can't explain the word. The hell of 3 wars. I don't know how else to put it. It's not easy to say goodbye to your loved ones and know if he'll coming back or not. So that's been my life. I love the military. I'm like the country boy. You'll never get the military out of me. I mean, that's embedded in me.
So then your husband came back from World War II, and now did he stay in the military all this time?
Yeah, I didn't know in World War II. I was still in high school.
Okay.
In fact, I met him just before Korea. In 1948, I met him. I met him at a USO dance at West Point. And we girls were all excited, about going to West Point, and we figured, we'd see all these cadets with their white pants and gray jackets, and we got off the bus and go in the club, and we just saw, regular Army there, Initially, I was disappointed, but however, I met my husband there, and it was love at first sight.
Really?
Yes, it does happen. It was love at first sight.
Oh, yeah, it does happen. It happened to me. I can tell
really?
you that. Oh, yeah. Yep, the first time I called my wife the Fräulein, the first time I saw her, she was having dinner and drinks with a group, and she was in the back, and it was an establishment, a bar, if you will, restaurant type thing, and I laid eyes on her right in the back of the room, and I knew from that after 2 minutes of just looking at her, I haven't even met her, that I was going to marry that woman. And so my pursuit of her was absolutely relentless. To this day, 3 decades removed, I'm still pursuing her relentlessly. So it does happen. It's called getting hit for a guy. It's called getting hit with the thunderbolt is the common term. Not all men experience it. I happen to have the opportunity to do that. And if you haven't had that, you can't gather it. You don't know what it is because you don't know what you don't know until it happens, and it doesn't happen to everybody, but certainly happens to me. And I couldn't think, I couldn't sleep, I couldn't do anything.
I know.
I couldn't function until I was with her. So I really, to this day, if she were to call me right now and her picture comes up on my cell phone saying it's her, to this day, and I'm 57, my heart races. All these years.
Well, I miss that, companionship.
So tell us, when did you get married, and then when did your husband go to Korea?
We only had 13 dates and got married. My husband never proposed to me at all. It was just assumed. We both assumed it. We took it for granted. He came down after a couple of dates and gave me an engagement ring in March, and we were married in June.
And then when did he go off to Korea?
In 1951. I think it was November 51. And so that was a tough time. I kept busy sending him care packages and letters, and he sent. I've got a lot of pictures that he took of Korea. Some of the slide pictures. Oh, I've got all kinds of history in my house. It's just loaded with history. You'll have to come see it sometime.
I will, Evelyn.
In
definitely.
Fact,
what was your husband's name, Evelyn?
Clyde, Clyde.
Clyde Hill. Now, so he got back from Korea, and then what compelled him to go to Vietnam?
Well, he didn't want to. I mean, I'm sure a lot of them didn't want to go, but when you're told, you go.
Right.
And it was tough. We had a little party before he left, and he had the house all decorated and showed a map of his journey that he'll be taking. Yeah, it it was a tough time.
Well, Evelyn, I really appreciate your sharing your testimony, your story with us, and reading the poem that you had written. And I'm honored to have had the opportunity to meet you last evening. And may God bless you, Evelyn, and keep fighting the good fight. And we're going to, Courtney is going to get our interview here up on the internet, and we're going to send it out, and hopefully many people will be able to take something out of your testimony, your story, and certainly the wonderful poem that you wrote. And we want to thank you for taking your time to be with us today, Evelyn. Thank you so much.
I sure did appreciate Bill Despeth inviting me. I really admire that man. He has convictions, which we need more people like him.
Evelyn Hill, thanks for being with us. And I agree, Bill Despeth definitely has convictions, no question about that. And by the way, he is running for State Senate, District 8, primary, June 9th.